Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's your local homeboy and I am here to present a brand new video just for you, so stick around to see more. As you can see, I decided to make a speed build and renovate one of the apartments in The Sims 4 this week, and I'm gonna be honest, I quite like, I definitely like renovating apartments more than building houses in The Sims. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or if it's just, it's just me. I don't know. I quite enjoy it. So anyways, as you can see, I decided to split up the apartment into one bathroom and 2 bedrooms, and then like some kind of living room and kitchen situation. And honestly, I'm quite proud of this this floor plan, because it still has like the open floor plan vibes that I really enjoy, but also some more closed rooms that I guess that's more realistic, or at least where I live it's more like realistic with like more of a closed floor plan. So as you can see here, I'm starting to also this is also, I think this is most of the items in the apartment is base game, or at least I try to keep it only base game, but obviously you'll need city living, and I also think I used some of the items from seasons, so I'm sorry about that, but I think it's like only the double bed, and I think some curtains as well, because those are the only curtains I like in the game. We need better curtains. Well, back to the speed build. As you can see here, I'm building the kitchen, and I tried to make some island, and I also struggled to figure out where to put the sink, but I ended up placing it in the corner because I feel like that makes most sense. And also I wanted some bar stools, so I decided to switch out the other counters to these ones and only put like 2, so I could put 2 stools as well. And also I don't really like bar stools that much in the game, so I struggled quite a lot with like figuring out which ones I dislike. Not that much, or like what ones I didn't dislike that much. Honestly, I'm struggling so much with English right now. I've been out all day, and I've been riding my bike around town, and like I was hanging out with some friends, and we only had my bike, so we had to like take turns riding the bike, and like one of us had to sit on the back, and it did go quite fast though, faster than like you could transport yourself quite fast over the city. I think it even like it took less time to get to the stores we wanted to with like a bike and like just walking, and then it took with like the bus. So okay, I'm doing such a big segue right now. So back to the speed once again. I really wanted some top counters or shelves or stuff like that. I don't really know what that's called, but I didn't really like. I don't like the way counters look over the fridges, so I just kind of scrapped that idea, and yeah, it looks quite empty though. I'll admit that, and I'm not really that proud of the kitchen in this build, but I feel like it could be better, but it's not the worst I've done. Definitely not the worst. Yeah, I also tried to just use the low ones or like the small ones, but obviously that looked really weird. So I was like, no, let's not do any of those. I was thinking about maybe using some platforms in this build, but you know, they're kind of laggy and just really annoying, so I just gave up on that. Or like, I didn't even try it. I think I just thought to myself like, maybe I can use some platforms for once. I really like to experiment more with those and figure out like how to use them in the best way and include them more in like the build. So yeah. I'd also like to apologize if you can hear people talking in the background. It's my parents who just got home and I don't really have time to record this any other time because my sister will be home soon, and then she'll want to be in the room, and then I can't record, and I feel quite embarrassed talking English in front of my family as well, because I want to do it, so I just kind of put it in the corner. And also, as you can see, I went for like more of a pink and brown theme, I guess, in this build. I really like using pink in like the paneling and maybe like wallpapers and stuff, as well as on like the chairs and stuff, because it can incorporate like a fun color in such a simple way. Also here I tried to put some skill building items. As you can see, I used a bookshelf, and yeah, I don't know, I really like clutter in The Sims 4. I feel like we definitely need more in the base game, because yeah, packs are expensive, and yeah, it's when you're in school and stuff, you don't really have a real job. It's difficult to afford, and it's hard to, you know, maybe you don't want to pay $40 for an expansion pack, you know. I'd really like all packs, but you know, it's just, you know, that's not gonna happen. And I feel like a lot of other people can relate to that as well. I did like the orange wallpaper, and I feel like it went quite well, but I decided to go with like I feel like I went with the best color, or like the best option. Here I really like that the trim on the bottom matches the floor quite well, so it doesn't give like a weird cut off thing, and it looks more smooth, and yeah, it looks more realistic, I think. I really like those wallpapers from City Living, and obviously I decided to use that pack as well quite a lot, since if you want like apartments, you'll have to have the pack. And here you can also see that I decided to make like a little living room type thing, and I also decided to incorporate some gray into the build, since I really like the pink and gray combination. I think those colors look absolutely magnificent together. I really like this lamp as well, but I didn't feel like it suited the vibe I was going for. I went for more like a modern type apartment. And here you can see that I'm trying to play around with more plants and stuff, because I feel like someone who would live here would be really interested in plants and stuff. But yeah, I find it quite hard to find a good place for plants and flowers and stuff in my builds. I think that's just me. I just feel like they always look so out of place, even though it would technically make sense. have them there, you know. But I feel like that's kind of weird to have flower pots like right next to the door. So like the first thing you see, like I feel like you would kick them down or like trip on them or something. I don't know. And here I'm quite sure I used. Maybe I didn't use seasons. Yeah, I did use seasons on the like what's it called? On the curtains. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I used that base game bed, and I really like the combination of green. I went for a more green toned room with this one, and in this room I imagine that like the mother lives, because it's kind of casual, but it's, you know, it looks like someone well put together lives in there, you know. Yeah. And I also put like a side table on the beside the bed, because I honestly I don't really like when there's like a side table on either side of the bed, like on both sides. So I took the opportunity to just use one, since there's only one side you can put it on. And then I tried to put a mirror in the room, but I feel like it just looked so out of place. So I decided to go with a closet or like a drawer instead, because that's most realistic. I feel like you would have like a wardrobe in your room, most likely, IRL. So I try to make my builds more realistic, and or especially lately I'm trying to put stuff in the rooms that would actually make sense IRL. Because sometimes, you know, it's The Sims, it doesn't have to be realistic, but it can be if you want to. And yeah, so I decided to use this drawer, which I don't really like, but I feel like it's one of the more low like wardrobes or drawers or desks or whatever it's called. I don't know the English word. I think it's called, I mean, like I would use that as a place to store my clothes, so I guess it's a wardrobe or a closet, I don't know. And then I really like to use like watches or clocks or and stuff like that in the rooms, because I feel like most people actually have like a clock on your wall somewhere in your home, or like there's usually some clock on like a wall in like the grocery store, anything. There's usually somewhere you can check the time, even if it's like digital or, you know, the other one, the normal watch, more old school. And then I also decided to play around with this plant as well. I don't really know. Okay, so I used Spa Day as well for those what's that called? Those pots, flowers. Those are not flowers. You know what I mean, for those things. But you don't really need them. So if you just don't have that pack, you can just download it anyways, because it won't really make a difference in the gameplay anyway. And honestly, when I look back at it, it looks kind of weird. Like, why would you stick that there? I don't know. And then I put some more clutter on the drawer, and I struggled quite a lot with like the placement on these, because you can see that it slots naturally on like, yeah, onto the object. So yeah, I don't know, I felt like it looked quite weird when you try to alt place it. so I just decided to go back to my first choice with the candles, the perfumes, and the clock, as you can see soon. And here, as you can see, I'm trying to pick out a good wallpaper, and I wanted to match the green on the bed with the walls, so I think I went with that bright green, even though it looks, it kind of looks weird, but it's fun, it's different, I also wanted to put like a rug or something down on the floor, because I felt like it looked quite empty, and it was so much like brown tones in the room, even though I put like a beige and greenish rug on the floor. I feel like it still makes it look more homey, maybe, if that's even a word. It looks more like a home, or like a bedroom. And then I went over to, why do I turn it around so much before I place it? I don't know. Anyways, I decided to put like a bunk bed. Thank God for this update. It's so much more helpful, You can put 2 beds right on top of each other, and you can instantly have so much more sims in a small space. So much more helpful. And so I decided to use some gray and some blue tones in this room, and I kind of imagine like 2 kids living here, maybe like twins or something, they're just enjoying the city life. I don't know. I also wanted to put a desk in there, but it's kind of small, so I felt like it looked so big and bulky in there. It didn't really make sense. And I also wanted to use Blarfy, or the teddy bear, if anyone doesn't know that his name is Blarfy. But he also looked really out of place, but I think I found a place to put him. So instead of using a desk, I decided to just put one of these drawing table things, so you can build some skills in the room as well. I think this apartment kind of is lacking skill building items, like there's no instruments or stuff like that, but there's a computer, there's a TV, there's a kitchen, that's kind of what you need, I guess. And yeah, I also tried to put one of those lamps in the room, but they're kind of big, so you feel like you need a bigger space to actually be able to fit one of those. And I kind of struggled with like the floor plan just in this room, because it's so small and I wanted to fit so much stuff in it. But I think I went with this one, like I just put like the table in the middle and Blarfy in the corner. So yeah, and I wanted a rug in this room as well, because I really like the look that it gives it. Yeah, it makes it look more put together. I also, okay, so I didn't use that rug. I don't know why. I really like the more rectangular shaped rugs, and I like the square ones as well, but we don't have that many of those, so yeah, you know, the choices are quite narrow, you know. But I think I used a blue rug in the end, because I wanted to match like the bed covers with the mat because it looks cute, I think. I also, as you can see here, I changed the colors of some of the items, and I wanted to put stuff on the walls as well, but it's quite expensive, and they kind of looked really out of place because there's no real walls that you can really put stuff on, I think, very well, and so I just ended up putting like the ladybug painting in like blue. I sized them down and I put them on the wall right over the bed, and I think it looks kind of cute. It incorporates one more color, red, and it matches with like Dorothy's ribbon around the neck, and I really like small details like that. It looks like it's, I really like when rooms look well put together, I guess. I've said that word so many times, or that sentence, but it's true. I really like it. And as you can see here, I'm trying to use like more fun wallpapers, like since it's kids that's supposed to live in that room. And I also try to use more blue tones because I really like when more like monochrome colored rooms, because I think it's really fun to play around with different shades and stuff of colors and like try to match them well together. I do think it's kind of weird with like the more purplish blue on the wall, but I think you can get away with it. And now I'm starting to build the bathroom, and I wanted to put a sink, a shower and a toilet, and obviously it's quite a small space, so you kind of had to put it close together and try to figure out the best way so it actually would make sense. And I kind of had to scooch like the toilet into the wall a little bit so it wouldn't look so like massive, I guess. And I also wanted to put a mirror in the bathroom because there's no mirror in any other place of the apartment, and I feel like in the bathroom it makes most sense. And yeah, I really like the small rectangular mirror that I used here because it's not so high up on the wall. That's a big problem we have in The Sims 4. All the mirrors are either so wide or like so big, or they are so high up on the wall that it doesn't make sense to put them anywhere. So I feel like there's like only 2 mirrors I use in the game. Like I put them in every build because they make the most sense and they look the best as well. And I also wanted to put like a plant in the bathroom as well, since I kind of imagine a flower girl living here, more like a chill mom and her 2 kids spending some time in the city or living here, just so I really wanted to also it incorporates a new color as well, green, into the bathroom, and I feel like it looks too bland without it, and I try to use some more fun wallpaper, I guess. and I tried to match the sink with the wallpaper, like the more beige tones, so it would make more sense to have like a wooden sink. And it's really hard to find like a floor that matches this specific tile, because I don't really know which one's that's supposed to match with it. So I just kind of took one and went with it, you know. I chose I think, did I choose the blue one? Yeah, I chose the blue one. So it's like first blue on the top of the wall, and then there's like, yeah, you know. So yes, thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun building this apartment and renovating it, and I hope you enjoyed this video as well. If you did, you can subscribe, and I would really appreciate it if you left a comment and gave me some feedback on what you liked or maybe what you didn't like, so I can improve my videos for you guys. So as I said, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you want to, and leave a like as well if you did enjoy the video. Thank you. Bye bye.